After finding some free parking at Bondi, which is not the easiest thing to do, I started making my way over to the Bondi Icebergs Pool, taking a couple warm-up shots while walking over. If you plan on shooting sunrise and sunsets, I recommend arriving a little bit earlier. For the first 5 to 10 minutes of a shoot, I typically need that time to warm up and get ready and really find my groove, so that's why I like arriving a little bit earlier. And sunrises and sunsets can sometimes last for very short amounts of time. The gear that I'm using today is an A7C2 with a 24-70. I was a little surprised seeing just how many people are up this early in the morning, but maybe that's just because I'm not a morning person. Because it was such a windy day, you get all this choppy and foamy water as a result of all the waves crashing into each other. It can make for very rough looking seascapes. So instead, I decided to punch in or zoom in a bit more and capture a bit of the texture of the waves and sea spray. Even when I think I've gotten the best photo from the best angle, I like to take a couple steps or more than that just to change it up and see if I can find something new. I sort of wish I had ditched the camera strap because it kind of kept getting in the way. Although here, it was kind of nice to just have that extra bit of security and peace of mind, having it wrapped around my hand. Sometimes when we're shooting sunrise and sunsets, you can forget to just enjoy the moment. So it's nice to just put aside the camera for a little bit and enjoy the moment with everyone else. I think around this time it had just hit 6:30, and so the pool had finally opened, meaning I could get some photos of people interacting with the pool. Alongside moving around, it's also a good idea to mix it up by adjusting your height and your angle, sometimes from way up above your head, sometimes from the waist, looking straight on. At this point, the sun had finally come up just enough that I could capture some of that nice sunlight bouncing off of the water. One thing I've started doing a lot more, but I didn't do this time, is capturing a bit of the people and the context of where I took the photo. So something like a silhouette of people looking at the sunrise or sunset. While looking down, trying to capture some of the texture of the water, I noticed another photographer set up a bit precariously on the rocks below. This was taken from a different day, sometime in the afternoon, but the sunlight was a bit too harsh, so I just ended up shooting a bit of video on my Pocket 3. However, on the same day that I'd shot the sunrise at Bondi, I came back to shoot the sunset, but somehow I forgot to bring my action camera. I also didn't listen to my own advice and arrived a little bit later than I would have liked.